Derek, in Money Tuesday, keeping in mind the tax implications when you give money to family members. Financial planner Stewart Welch joins us this morning to talk a little bit about that. It's one of those things, don't give money to family, right?
Well, a lot of people do it. So
I mean, but there are some tax implications you got to keep in mind.
And most people have no idea their tax implications in that. They think, it's my money, I can give it to whoever I want to.
And this one's going to surprise you when we go through it. But let me start off. $13,000 or less, you can give that, and that's something that you can give tax-free in a year's time to a family member, correct?
That's exactly right. And if you're married, you can do $26,000. So if it's under those limits, you're okay.
Okay, but this is where it gets interesting. If you co-sign a loan with a child or some member of your family, if you co-sign a loan, you say there's a lot of stuff in there you got to keep in mind when you do that.
Yeah, say Rick, you co-signed a $100,000 loan for your child, and the child defaults on the loan, which we're having lots of defaults now. The two things happen. Number one, now you're responsible for the loan. That's bad enough. But the second thing is you've actually created a gift for gift tax purposes.
In the government's eyes, in the IRS eyes, you basically gave
You have made a gift, and it's over the $13,000. It's over the $26,000. So now you've either got to pay the gift tax, which starts at a very high rate, or you've got to use part of your lifetime exemption, which is $1 million.
Okay,
you have to file a tax return.
You have to file a tax return.
You don't want to mess up.
Folks just assume, oh, I'm okay with that.
That's exactly right.
Okay, let's talk about another one. If you add your child's name, say, okay, we've got a savings or a checkings account. Oh, let's go and put our child's name on that.
And a lot of people do that, trying to keep things simple in the later part of their life. And if the child goes in there and actually takes some money out of that account, if the child takes it out instead of you, that's a gift. So you have to be really, really careful about that.
Okay, so you got to keep that in mind. And again, that $13,000 kicks in. But with all of these things, that tally's running if you did any variety of these things too, right?
That's exactly right.
As long as it is. Let's talk about another thing. A lot of times you'll see people, especially when they're getting closer to death, they may add a family member's name to their deed of their house, right?
So when you do that, a lot of people do that. When you do that, you've actually created a gift at the time that you actually add their name to the deed. And so if it's a piece of property, it could easily be over the $13,000 limit. Again, you have to be very, very careful with that.
Now, there are ways around this, or there are things you can do to kind of address some of these particular issues, right?
Well, the main thing you can do is everybody has a lifetime gift exemption of $1 million, so you can be using that. But particularly if you're wealthy and you're going to be subject to a gift tax, there's a lot of estate tax implications in these kind of gifts and transfers or potential transfers. So you have to be very, very careful when you're making gifts.
Okay, that's why they call it estate planning.
That's exactly right.
Okay, it's good to see you. Thanks so much, Stewart.
Thanks, Rick.
A look at what's new in entertainment next on Good Day.